What's up guys, J-Choppy here back with another Wulong video. In my first video, I said that I probably wasn't going to make any guides for bosses. I have to change my mind. At least for this boss, I got stuck on this boss for far too long. All the bosses up until this point, and even now, the like 2 or 3 bosses that I fought after this point were easy. This boss, I got stuck on. So I decided that I had to make a video to help you guys out with what I did to help me get through this boss. I was super frustrated when I got here and I just hit a wall, and so I had to make some changes. The first change that I had to make was, if you watched my first video, I told you that I recommended using the bronze dual swords, and I still do recommend them. I love these weapons. I'm still using them now. However, for this boss, I just felt like I wasn't doing enough damage to the boss, and the speed of the attacks just didn't really matter because the windows of opportunity for attacks aren't that big. So you're only getting a couple attacks in anyways. So I switched over and was using the Iron Septum. Now I was partially using this because of the stat distribution that I had, but I also kind of just like the moveset and how hard it hit and how much spirit attack damage it did per hit. So this is actually the exact gear that I had when I fought this boss. I haven't upgraded anything. I haven't changed anything. This is kind of just what I've been running with since I beat Lu Bu. I was running an Iron 4 Septum. I was running the +4 bronze dual swords, but I didn't use them. I was running this Assassin Cap, the +3 Han Soldier Armor. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. And this Han Soldier Footwear. Now, this was just the best pants that I had for the weight. These I was pretty much just using for the chill accumulation, and that's it. And the accessories, I know I've changed these. Just run whatever is best, like the top stuff that you have. Obviously, chill accumulation is really good. Divine Beast Gauge is really good. Like I have it on this one, Divine Beast Gauge gain. That would be really good, but these don't matter too much in my opinion. I wasn't really changing these around. The other thing that really matters is the Divine Beast that you use. Now, originally, when I was doing this my first few times, well, I can't even say few times, quite a few attempts actually, I was using Queen Long. This is fantastic for the heal. I'm assuming that you guys are using this. If you're not, and you're struggling with needing more health, definitely use this. This is like a get out of jail free card. You can kind of just pop it and it'll heal you to full and continuously heals you while you're in the circle. This is what I use majority of the time. However, for this fight, and actually for the boss that I just did, I think in the second to last section of phase 4 or chapter 4, sorry, I used Quilin. This is fantastic. Each one of these pillars that it spawns in deals damage. Not a lot of damage, but a little bit of damage. But more importantly, it builds up their negative spirit a lot. This pretty much gives you like a free crit almost. This boss in particular is really, really easy to run into all of the pillars before they go away. So you can just get maximum value out of this. This is what I actually used when I beat the boss. I just switched over, and I think I did this 2 or 3 times. It took me 2 or 3 attempts. I think it was 2. Once I switched to this Divine Beast instead of Queen Long. Now, I do recommend that you use Queen Long at first. This fight is very much so learning his moves, how to deflect them, and when you have windows of opportunity to get attacks in. And as much as that sucks, you're just going to have to learn, right? And learning means that you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to get hit, and you're going to need that get out of jail free card, that oh shit button, and you're going to want to pop this. So I definitely would recommend Queen Long at first, but then as you get more comfortable with the fight and you actually are feeling confident that you can beat the fight, just slap this on, and I can almost guarantee that this will be what you need to push yourself over the edge to finally beat this boss. Another thing that actually really helped me was at the time when I first started fighting this boss, I think I was at morale like 11. I'm currently at 21 back here again, but at the time I just farmed this up and got to 25. The damage that you get from having 25 morale compared to a lower level morale is insane. It's like night and day. It's not even close. If you're struggling with this boss, go grab all of the battle flags, go find the marking flags. They're not that difficult. This area is pretty small. I'm missing one of the marking flags. I just didn't feel like going over and getting it. But they're really easy to get, and then it makes farming up to 25 morale that much easier. I also want to point out the stats. I'm currently level 51. However, at the time of fighting this boss, I was level 42. I had 14 points in Wood Virtue, 17 points in Fire, 2 points in Earth, 1 point in Metal, and then 12 points in Water. So if you're around level 42, you're in the same boat that I was. Don't feel like you are under leveled or anything, because I'm here at level 51. The next thing that I'm going to go over is probably some clips showcasing when to deflect attacks and when you kind of have opportunities to go in for attacks. I kind of want to make this not too long of a video, but a little more in depth as far as the timings on things, because it can be difficult until you get the feel for it. Once you kind of fight the boss for a little while, you'll get the feel for it, and it won't be that bad at all. So we're going to go in, and we're just going to do some clips. So right at the start of the fight, he's going to run kind of in a circle, and then he's going to shoot some arrows at you. If you run right at him, you can get a couple attacks in for free. The arrows will just get shot right over the top. So you can see me do that here. All right, I'm just not getting hit by these. I actually probably could have gotten another hit in, but I didn't. This stage where he's on his horse is really easy. It's very simple. Once you kind of get the timings down for the deflects, this is a cakewalk. He'll run away, shoot some arrows at you, and then come in. Majority of the time after he shoots the arrows, he will do a critical strike, but he didn't right there. Typically after the arrows, I will go for a weapon buff, because if you deflect it, you'll get positive spirit, so then it doesn't cost as much, and you just kind of have a free window of opportunity to do so. So this is going to be the first counterattack they're going to go for. You want to try to deflect this attack as he's coming down and like right on top of you. So you can see he gets the red around him as he's coming down. And probably like right after this, like, yeah, just before this, like as he's coming down is when you're going to want to actually hit the deflect. He's going to jump up. So probably right about there, a little bit before this, probably. Like as he's getting close to you. Like when you really feel like, oh crap, he's about to hit me, you want to go for the deflect. And then also after this deflect, you'll see me here. I go for a regular attack and then the heavy attack. And I don't have time. I actually missed this heavy attack. You just don't have the window there. So if you're going to go for the attack, just do the heavy. On his charge forward, you're able to do a full combo, but on that jump attack, you're not. You don't have the time window. The recovery animation on him it's just not long enough. But these attacks, you're pretty much just gonna dodge through them or deflect them, whatever suits you better. You can actually block those too. So he's gonna do another jump attack. This charge is really easy to deflect. Like you can see, I use the ice trap, and then like he is on top of me basically. Like I should probably 100% being hit by the horse right here, but I'm not because the deflect window is so lenient. This is right where I deflect. But so you basically just want to go for the deflect as the horse is running into you, and you want to. And then here you can see I'll go for a regular attack, which will get my spirit bar all the way up to 100. And then I'll do a heavy attack, and then I follow that up with a martial art for maximum damage. Oh, actually, I don't do the martial art here because he gets knocked off the horse, but typically that's what I do. This attack is very difficult to counter. The timing on this is really weird. I was thinking at first that like I would need to start the deflect earlier than this, but like right here is about where I'm starting the deflect animation right now. Like the axe is coming over the top of his head and it's coming in to hit me. But it's like right here, you can't see the spear. It's coming over the top of his head. This is the window that you want to parry. Right here. Right as the spear is coming towards you. So I get the deflect. This attack is a lot easier to deflect. It's kind of weird because I'm standing right on top of him. If I was further back, he would do kind of like a running dash towards me and then do the swing. But since I'm right on top of him, he's kind of going to just run into me and then do the swing. This is very similar to the other one. You want to start your deflect animation as his spear is coming towards you. And then right here, you can see that it's coming over the top. I keep calling it an axe and a spear. I apologize. I'm mixing those terms up. I don't know why. But as it's coming around his back towards the front, you're going to want to hit the deflect. Typically after these attacks, you can either go for a heavy or a regular attack. You can't do both. He just kind of recovers too fast, but just do whatever one you feel more comfortable with. If you have the spirit, which you should from hitting the deflect, I typically just go for the heavy attack or a martial art instead of a regular. All of these other attacks, you kind of just want to dodge and wait for these criticals. And you're just trying to get it so where you can critically strike him back. But all of his basic attacks, you kind of just want to dodge out of the way or try to deflect them. There's only a couple windows that you can really get hits in. You'll see those here. I'll go for them. That's a 3-part combo. You can actually strafe around to the backside of that attack, and you're able to get a hit in. Yeah, this one, you can also strafe around it. I got a hit in. I probably could have gotten 2 hits in there, but I was a little slow. Most of the time, you're not going to get more than 1 hit in. You might get 2, but I've kind of found that for this fight, you just don't want to get greedy with it. I'm going to skip forward here. So this is after he's back on the... He'll jump back on the horse. Typically, when he shoots the arrows, when he's back on the horse, like once you get him down to this level health, he will shoot 2 volleys of arrows. He didn't here, but most of the time he'll shoot 2, so be ready for that. And here I knock him off. We're just rinsing and repeating what we did earlier. I get the Divine Beast here, and I use it right away, mainly so that I can charge it back up again, but also because I want to get his crit bar as high as I can. So see here, I use it. It's a decent stagger, so I can get some hits in. And then him just running into them, like you can kind of see the bar going up. I get a crit here, knock him back into him. He does another attack. I get another deflect. I actually don't run him into these other pillars, and that's definitely a mistake. I probably could have gotten them all the way to where I could perform a crit if I would have done that. That's the power of that Divine Beast. But otherwise, like, I'm just dancing around, dodging his attacks, staying away from the horse, because the horse will actually deal damage to you if you run into it. And I'm just waiting for those crit attacks. This spin attack, hold on, I'm gonna go back and watch this. This spin attack is super annoying. You can either dodge to the right and just spam dodge to the right, or backwards. I found those two work the best. But you just kind of want to spam dodge away from it. If you're really comfortable with deflecting, you can deflect all the attacks in a row, but it can be kind of difficult. So this one is just, you're just going to want to do the deflect as the spear is stabbing forward. So he's going to do the spin, and then right here, he kind of like pauses and brings it up from the ground, and is going to do a thrust forward, and that's when you want to deflect. As soon as he starts to do that thrust forward. Oh, actually, I thought I got hit by that. I did not. I definitely recommend when you get him to this level of health, like, don't get greedy, right? It's very easy to be like, oh, I can just do this right here, what I just did. But there were countless times that I would die to this boss because of me being greedy. Me thinking like, oh, I can just kill him. It'll be over really fast. And then I get chain comboed and I die. All right, so this is going to be a couple examples of me failing the deflects on the critical hits. This first one is the horse dash at you. Here I just wait too long. You'll actually see in this clip that I don't even go for the deflect animation. Like I'm inputting it so late that the game doesn't even try to do the deflect because I'm already getting hit. You want to deflect as the horse is about to hit you. Luckily I get this one so I don't die. And then here, this is a good example. I didn't fail this deflect. Like I didn't take the damage, but what I did here is I actually double tapped the deflect button. So I performed a dodge. So I dodged the damage, which is good, but you really want to get the deflect because you're going to increase his negative spirit here, which is going to allow you to critical strike Lu Bu. So this isn't necessarily like a complete fail, but it's not what you want either. And the only difference here is I double tap B. If you single tap it, I would have got the deflect, but I double tapped it, so I dodged. All right, so we're going to go on and talk about the next clip here, which is the horizontal slash. Watch this again. But you can watch here, like my character doesn't even try to deflect because I've waited far too long. I needed to deflect the attack or try to start deflecting the attack right here. Actually, a really good example. This is probably better than where I paused it on the previous clip. You can see his weapon go into the ground and he's starting to swing forward. This is where you want to try to deflect. And it's obviously going to depend on your weapon and depend on the speed of your weapon. But at least with the Iron Septum, like right here is where I needed to go for the deflect. And I didn't. My character isn't even starting the animation, so I just get punished. Those are just some examples of times that I was messing up the timings and how you might be as well. So if you are doing a little flip and you're not getting into the deflect, most likely you're double tapping the input. And so you just need to try to single tap it. Just be more aware of your actions and don't panic. This fight is 100% being comfortable, being calm, and just being confident that you can dodge and deflect the attacks that you need to. Probably be coming out with some more videos like this later. If I find another boss that I really struggle with, I'll make another boss video. But I'm kind of just waiting until I played through the entirety of the game and kind of get a better feel for what's good before I put out like a build video. There are other build videos on YouTube right now, so if you're looking for something, go check those out. Some of those videos are fantastic, great information there, so definitely recommend. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching the video. Peace.